Hold on to your seats because this is going to get really hot. Did Chrissy Lampkin's newborn baby just get switched at birth? And guess what? Mama Jones, the mother of CLS Jim Jones, is out there making wild CLS. Let's just say that she isn't holding back. We already know that Chrissy and Mama Jones's drama has been messy for years, but this is even more crazy. Imagine going into the hospital expecting to take home your baby only to discover that, wait a damn minute, this isn't even your child. Oh, she's talking about how I told you something wasn't right. But the real question is she lying or is she there? Some real-life drama is unfolding, and let's not forget Jim Jones. How is he responding to this? Is he writing for Chrissy? Or is he secretly thinking that his own mother might be onto something? Mama Jones has been messy, but has she ever been this bold? If this is true, this could be the most bizarre baby mix-up in celebrity history. Imagine this. After years of drama, Chrissy Lampkin and Jim Jones finally have a baby. But instead of celebrating, the internet is going crazy. They're involved in an incredible scandal that no one anticipated. But the most outrageous aspect is that Jim Jones's mother, Mama Jones, is spearheading the charge and asserting something that is rocking the internet. According to Mama Jones, the baby Chrissy brought home from the hospital may not even be theirs. Yes, she's saying that Chrissy's baby was switched at birth. Before you say, no way, hold on, because this story keeps getting wilder. If you know Mama Jones, you know that she's never been a fan and has been outspoken about it for years. Shading the side-eye, the full-on public feuds have been going on non-stop. So when she came out with these shocking claims, people either thought she was just stirring things up again or that she knew something that the rest of us didn't. But then things got really crazy, and Chrissy began to question things. People started laughing and thinking, wait a minute, could this really be real? Let's break this down completely, including how this scandal even began, what Mama Jones is actually saying, and whether this baby isn't really Jim and Chrissy. Let's go back a little to the most shocking baby scandal of the year. Chrissy Lampkin and Jim Jones finally welcomed their baby into the world, and for a moment, everything seemed to be going well. Picture-perfect fans were sending love, and the couple looked happy. However, no one anticipated how Mama Jones would react because, rather than celebrating, she dropped a bombshell. According to family members, Mama Jones noticed something was wrong about the baby almost immediately. At first, she was just saying things like, I don't know. She reportedly told Jim Jones directly, I'm telling you this ain't your baby, something's not right. I know my bloodline and I don't see it. After spending more time with the child. You all know how Mama Jones is when she gets an idea in her head and she doesn't let it go. Jim Jones, on the other hand, initially dismissed it, claiming his mother was being dramatic. But then something unexpected happened. Chrissy herself began to have doubts, and that's when everything changed. The internet went into full meltdown mode when Chrissy Lampkin went live on Instagram with tears streaming down her face and said, I just don't even know what to think anymore. I carried this baby and gave birth, but now I have people telling me this might not be my child. Let me tell you, when someone as strong and outspoken as Chrissy breaks down like this, you know it's serious at this point. Fans were shaken because, let's face it, if this had just been Mama Jones, people would have ignored it. But now that Chrissy was beginning to have doubts, they were beginning to wonder, what if something actually happened? Fans began researching the situation in depth, bringing up past hospital mix-up cases, DNA switch scandals, and even actual accounts of babies being inadvertently switched at birth. One comment that went viral said, "You're laughing, but baby swaps have happened before." Let's not forget that this is all taking place while Jim Jones is caught between his mother and his fiancé, trying to maintain peace but also unsure of what to believe anymore. Then came the moment that shocked everyone, the moment that detached this from just a family argument to a full-blown scandal, because as you are already aware, on a now-deleted Instagram post, Mama Jones demanded a DNA test and said it publicly. She said, I ain't letting this go until I see proof I ain't calling that child my grandbaby. And as soon as the accusations were made public, the internet detectives went to work, examining every detail of the baby, comparing features, and even retrieving old baby photos of Jim Jones to see if there were any similarities. One tweet with over 50,000 likes said, Y'all, I hate to say it, but Mama Jones might have a point. This baby don't look anything like Jim. Another fan wrote, Someone get Mai on the phone right now, we need answers. Even celebrities began to weigh in, with one well-known reality star, who will not be named, being caught in the comments saying, "Mama Jones might be onto something." Remember that other celebrity baby scandal? At this point, things were getting out of hand, and people began to speculate that the hospital caused the biggest shocker yet came when an anonymous source who claimed to work inside the hospital where Chrissy gave birth sent a message to a well-known gossip blog saying, "I can't say too much, but let's just say there was a mix-up that day. Some babies were taken to the wrong rooms. Do with that information what you will." Y'all, at this point, the internet went into complete chaos. Was this real? Was Mama Jones is causing trouble and purposefully giving Chrissy the wrong baby for some shady reason? Mama Jones is correct. Did Chrissy really bring home the wrong baby? More importantly, what will Jim Jones do about this? This story is far from over, and just when you thought it was going to get any more bizarre, a new twist is revealed, making it even more shocking than before. After that anonymous hospital worker revealed that there had been a mix-up, people began to investigate, and what they discovered? Oh, it's juicy. First, let's discuss the most important question on everyone's mind. Did Chrissy really bring home the wrong baby? The internet is essentially hosting its own unofficial DNA test investigation after Chrissy made a move that no one saw coming after days of speculation, tears, and people practically begging for answers. Chrissy announced that she was getting a DNA test, and not just any test, making sure the results would be broadcast live, so there would be more questions. Chrissy is completely caught in a situation that nobody wants to be in. His mom is screaming from the rooftops that the baby isn't theirs. Chrissy is crying on Instagram, questioning everything. And now let's be honest for a moment. That Chrissy had her own doubts because she wouldn't be doing all of this if she was positive that this was her child. However, it was obvious that deep down, she was also having doubts. And that's all Mama Jones needed to hear, because the moment Chrissy revealed the results of the DNA test, Mama Jones went bonkers. She appeared smug as ever, saying, "See? I told y'all, now y'all see I wasn't crazy. I know my family's bloodline when I see it, and I've been saying something was off with that baby. Now let's see the results." Others were riding hard for Mama Jones, saying, "Nothing ain't right if your own mother-in-law is this sure that the baby isn't yours. You need to check and DNA test that baby ASAP." The conspiracy theorists, on the other hand, were taking things to a whole new level. Some were pro-Chrissy, saying, "This is so messed up that woman carried that baby for 9 months and now you guys got her questioning her own child." Claimed that someone purposefully switched Chrissy's baby and the real baby was out there somewhere else. One user even raised the question, what if someone high up at the hospital was paid to make this switch happen? What if this is bigger than we be, so we're think y'all? But just as things were getting out of control, we were hit with another shocking turn of events when, guess what? The hospital where Chrissy gave birth was forced to respond after days of lurid accusations and viral theories, and what they said completely changed everything. In a statement, a spokesperson said, "We are aware of the concerns being spread on social media regarding a potential mix-up at our facility at this time. We want to assure the public that our hospital follows strict procedures to ensure newborn safety. However, we are conducting an internal review to address these concerns." Now, hold up an internal review. This suggests that Mama Jones's accusations may be true. To make matters worse, shortly after the hospital released that statement, another anonymous source came forward, this time claiming to be a former employee. In a voicemail that was leaked to a well-known gossip website, the so-called whistleblower said, "I used to work there, and let me tell you, baby, mix-ups have happened before. People just don't talk about it. I ain't saying what happened to Chrissy, but if I were her, I would be worried." Point fans were demanding answers from Jim Jones, who had remained silent for the most part of this drama. Now he was being inundated with messages like, "Bro, speak up, is this your baby or not, Jim? If you don't say something soon, we're just going to assume Mama Jones was right all along." Finally, Jim broke his silence in a surprise Instagram live saying, "Listen, man, I don't even know what to say anymore. This whole situation got me messed up. I just want to protect my family, man. That's all I have to say. Care about now?" If you read between the lines, Jim didn't explicitly deny the accusations. He didn't say that Mama Jones is lying. He didn't say that Chrissy's baby is 100% ours. He just said that he wanted to protect his family. And that's all the internet needed to hear. This is because when a man doesn't put an end to a rumor like this, it means that something is going on behind the scenes that we are unaware of. The big question is what this DNA test will reveal. Will it reveal that Chrissy brought home the wrong baby? And if so, where is the real baby? Or is Mama Jones being a liar? Typical because, let's face it, this woman is notorious for stirring things up. What if this was all part of a huge plot to make Chrissy angry and cause trouble in the family? But wait, because just when we thought we had all the twists, the biggest bombshell of all was about to come. Another woman just stepped forward, and what she said is going to rock everything we thought we knew. And just when we thought we had seen it all, boom, another woman enters the scene. And what she has to say is going to send shockwaves through the entire scandal because a woman, Shanice Carter, who gave birth at the same hospital as Chrissy, said that something always felt off about her baby. She began her Instagram live with a shaky voice, saying that I wasn't even going to say nothing. But after seeing all the stuff about Chrissy, I got to speak my truth. I gave birth at that same hospital, and ever since I brought my baby home, something hasn't been sitting right with me. Shanice Carter looked extremely nervous, but her story was so crazy that people were glued to their screens. The comments were going crazy at this point, with people typing things like, "Nah, this is a baby black market ring. What if y'all got switched and there's a whole conspiracy going on?" And the craziest part was when I saw the first pictures of Chrissy's baby. Something in my heart told me that's my child. Excuse me. I know how I felt when I was pregnant, and when they handed me my baby, something just felt different. People were going crazy because what are the ODS that another woman from the same hospital around the same time was feeling the same suspicions and guesses? According to her, she had already attempted to have the hospital double-check her baby's records, but they denied it, telling me I was crazy. Now look at what's happening. Everyone wants to act like this isn't real, so this has turned into a full-blown baby swap nightmare, because if Shanice was telling the truth, this meant that two families could have the wrong babies, and if this were the case, who else could be impacted? At this point, the internet was in full swing, and people began looking up previous instances of baby mix-ups. And guess what? Hospitals have previously given the wrong babies to the wrong parents, and some people didn't find out until years later. Now people are asking where their real babies are if Chrissy and Shanice both had the wrong babies. Before we had time to process all of that, Chrissy's DNA test results finally arrived. You may recall that she had previously stated that she would do this live to silence everyone, but after all of this new drama, she went completely silent, posting nothing and acting like a ghost. That alone told people that something was amiss. As if the test had returned normally, Chrissy would have posted a clapback at Mama Jane saying, "See, I told y'all, now leave me alone," but the silence, oh, that meant something was going down. After 2 days of silence, Chrissy finally returned with a statement that left everyone stunned. She posted a mysterious Instagram story that said, "I'm heartbroken, please respect my privacy at this time." Wait, what? This wasn't a denial. It wasn't a confirmation. It was a straight-up breakdown, meaning something had happened that she wasn't yet ready to discuss. Then, someone, most likely an inside source, also known as a, "Oh my god," this went from celebrity drama to a full-blown real-life nightmare when a messy friend who couldn't keep their mouth shut leaked that Chrissy's DNA results showed a significant discrepancy, meaning that there was a real possibility that the baby she had been raising wasn't biologically hers. And guess what? Jim Jones was nowhere to be found. At first, people assumed he was just keeping quiet to avoid the mess, but then a wild rumor started spreading that, if true, would make the whole situation even more bizarre because, according to one anonymous tip, Jim had actually been privately tested as well. Jim's DNA didn't match either of them, according to the results. But wait, are we saying that neither of them is the biological parent? If so, what baby is this, and who are the real parents at this point? Mama Jones was rushing around like she had won the lottery, posting videos about how I told you all I knew it, but no one wanted to listen. Meanwhile, Chrissy was inconsolable, and sources close to her say she's refusing to talk to Jim because, let's face it, she's beginning to wonder if he knew something I didn't. Denied the accusations, and never reassured Chrissy. What if Jim knew something was wrong and chose not to speak? The hospital then released a second statement just when we thought everything was clear. This time, they admitted that there had been an error. Oh my god, The hospital confirmed that there may have been a mix-up involving multiple newborns due to an administrative mishap, meaning Chrissy and Shanice weren't the only ones. And guess what? Now, there's a full-fledged investigation taking place behind the scenes, with lawyers getting involved. We still don't have a definitive answer about where Chrissy's real baby is, whether they will ever discover the truth, whether the real families will ever be reunited, and what will happen now that the hospital is finally admitting something went down. These lawsuits are coming in, and worst of all, the search is underway for the real biological parents, because it's not just about Chrissy and Jim anymore. There may be other families involved who are raising children that aren't theirs without even realizing it. Blame for this mess? Do you think this was a hospital accident or something more sinister? Let me know in the comments, because this is some next-level insanity. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe for more shocking celebrity scandals like this one. If you thought this was crazy, wait until you see what's coming next. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss the latest drama, scandals, and jaw-dropping revelations. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're the first to know when the next bombshell drops. Comments. Is there something much more sinister going on here? Or do you think this was just a hospital error into it?